government knows that the Belizean people and economy are susceptible to weather-related hazards. Most of the damages since 2008 have come from floods in the aftermath of heavy rains and hurricanes through the country, and has also been impacted by a lot of drought.
We need to initiate actions on the ground to build our capacity, to build our ability to be resilient, to build our capacity to adapt and mitigate some of the impacts on the ground.
We conducted vulnerability studies in some economic sectors of Belize. And these vulnerabilities show that, especially for some sectors, example the agricultural sector with a 1 to 2 degree rise in temperature, there will be a reduction of 12 to 20% in yields. And these vulnerabilities were taken for corn, beans, and rice.
We look at Belize City as being a very critical and strategic point for climate resiliency for the country as a whole. And the reason for that is that Belize City is really the hub of our transportation throughout the country, but also into the country. When you fly into Belize, you fly into Ladyville, which is practically, we consider it as Belize City already. And so what happens is that that area that is Belize City and the greater Belize City area is very vulnerable. Belize City is within 2 rivers, and if we don't plan well, if we don't do the correct strategies, then we will have severe problems. We will be cut off from our airports, we will be cut off from our cruise ports, from our commercial ports. And so it is absolutely critical that, first of all, we look at Belize City as being an important and very vulnerable area for the country.
Climate change is here. So whenever we plan and think, wherever we are, climate change must be part of those planning and those thinking.
Coordination among the development agencies, development partners would be very important. So we would be looking for opportunities to coordinate with the IDB, with the World Bank, and that would be an important part of going forward, the coordination among institutions to ensure that we interface with Belize in a way that will build synergies among the institutions and in a way that will be less burdensome to Belize. That is very important. And I know the coordination process has started, guided by the UNDP in Belize. There's an attempt now to have greater coordination among these development partners. So that's very good and very encouraging.
To see the interest of the international community in wanting to support the government of Belize and the projects in particular, to me that is an initiative that I think is a very good one that I want to be a part of.
Some of the exciting things that I saw, the opportunities that we have, was the opportunity to meet with like-minded organizations, with government departments, representatives, to see exactly where we are in terms of climate resilience, to see the gaps that we have, to prepare ourselves for funding. That's when you realize that there are certain things missing, that we don't have a policy, we don't have a plan, we don't have a strategy. So you have to certainly start to plan strategically, get direction, prioritize, and then get into the funding phase.
At the end of the day, I do think that when it comes down to climate resiliency, it is not just a tourism thing, it's not just an agriculture thing, it's not just a health thing, not just a engineering thing. In fact, it is a cross-section of all those sectors, and really this methodology that we have been using so far I think has been very effective.